Hey guys, Joe from American Trucks, and today I'm going to be reviewing and installing the Pypes Violator dual exhaust system with a rear exit, fitting all 11 of 14 3.5 EcoBoost F150s. Now this kit is going to be perfect for the F150 owner that's looking to get a little more volume out of their 3.5 EcoBoost with a kit that's 409 stainless steel for a reasonable price. Now, as you guys just heard, this is going to be a huge improvement over stock, but still give you moderate to high sound levels. I'm gonna give it a strong 3 out of 5 on our wake to neighbor scale. This kit features the Pypes Violator muffler, which is the loudest in the Pypes range due to its straight through design. But again, like I said, I really don't think this thing is overwhelming, doesn't have any drone, and is definitely an exhaust you can live with every day. Pypes manufactures this catback out of 3-inch diameter, 16 gauge mandrel bent 409 stainless. That is going to hold up perfectly to those salty winter conditions, and you can ensure this kit is going to make noise for years to come. At the end of the exhaust, you also get some awesome 3.5-inch 304 stainless rolled edge / cut tips stamped with the Pypes logo. This system comes in at around $450, which is going to be right in the middle ground in terms of price. Other cheaper systems can get you the volume, but come with the pronounced drone, and other dual exhaust systems from premier brands can cost more than double. Difficulty isn't going to be too bad either, but it will vary based on your cabin bed setup, and you will have to cut the inlet pipe if you have anything but the extra long wheelbase Super Crew with the 8-foot bed. So I'm gonna give it a harder 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Should take you about an hour or two to get it installed with some basic hand tools. So without any further ado, let me show you how it's done. For this install, you will need an impact, U-joint, ratchet, 3/4 inch wrench, 5/8 inch socket, short and deep 17mm sockets, 15mm sockets, 13mm sockets, and 10, something to mark a cut on your pipe, spray lubricant, and a saw to cut your pipe. So under the truck, and our first step is we're going to hit all of our hangers with some WD-40. You can actually skip this one. We're going to be removing that in just a second using a 10mm socket. And there's another one right behind the muffler, and the last one is right near the spare. And as you can see, these hangers face opposite ways. So this one, we're going to release using a 10mm socket. So next we can release our factory catback from this flange here by undoing the 2 13mm bolts. So with our factory exhaust system off the truck, I just wanted to take a second to lay it on the ground next to our new pipe system, just so I could point out some of the key upgrades here. As you can see, we're losing this factory resonator flex pipe and big old factory muffler, as well as this rusty aluminized steel, in exchange for some 409 stainless and some wider diameter piping that is not only going to increase airflow, but again, delete some of those restrictions. So we're starting with 3-inch diameter before the muffler, which goes into our Pypes Violator and then splits into dual 2.5-inch tubing, which then ends in some awesome 3.5-inch / cut rolled tips that are then polished and stamped with the Pypes logo. So with that being said, let me show you how to get this new pipe system installed on your truck. And we're actually gonna build this a little bit differently this time. We're gonna start from the back forward just to figure out exactly how much we have to cut off our mid pipe here. And as you can see, these clamps allow you for a lot of adjustment room where this hanger arm will sit. So we're gonna dial that in first, then hang the rest, and then we're going to figure out the length of our mid pipe and cut that to size. So we are going to have to build this on the ground and effectively work backwards. And we're going to start by mounting this over axle pipe to our muffler and securing it with one of the U-clamps included in the kit. And I'm just going to turn that on its side to allow us easier access later on. Now this kit needs something to hang from, so I'm just going to put one of the hanger clamps up in the rearmost hanger isolator for right now. Then we're going to hang this pipe up here and thread it through this clamp. And with that in place, you can hang up your new muffler and over axle pipe and feed it through the clamp. And now that our exhaust is hung and the other end supported with a jack stand, we're just going to repeat the same process for our driver's side over axle pipe. So before we get our driver's side over axle pipe installed, you could probably guess that you need to mount a hanger over here, considering that this is a single exhaust from the factory, and that will be done with a J-clip into this spot in the frame rail here. And then this new exhaust isolator will sit just like so. And they give you a couple washers in the kit to make sure that doesn't fall through. And then we can tighten that down with a 13mm socket. So next we could throw up our tailpipe, and you're going to use another hanger clamp. You could put that through the isolator and then the tailpipe through this U-clamp. So with our tailpipe resting in the hanger, we can then get it loosely secured with another U-bolt clamp over that pipe. So at this point, you have a good idea of where the muffler is going to sit for the end of the install. You can now make your mark on your inlet pipe, letting you know where to cut. And now you can make your cut. Now with that cut to size, you can get it seated in the muffler and next to the factory connect. Now we can secure that flange with the hardware included in the kit to the factory connect. And now we can secure our muffler to our inlet pipe using another U-bolt clamp. With the muffler in place, we can now mount the final hanger, which is going to be right behind the muffler before the over axle pipes. Next, we can mount our tailpipe extensions using these U-bolt clamps and our tips using these band clamps, then run through and tighten down all the hardware and adjust as needed. And for the hanger clamps, you can use a 5/8 inch socket to tighten the U-bolts and a 3/4 inch wrench to tighten this nut on the hanger itself. And with everything tightened down, you can now lower the vehicle and check for leaks. And that is going to do it for my review and install of the Pypes Violator dual exhaust system with a rear exit, fitting all 11 of 14 3.5 EcoBoost F150s. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe, and for all things F150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.